Wakanda forever! Today, we'll be unboxing Hot Toys Killmonger figure. I think Michael B. Jordan or Eric Killmonger was just as good as Chadwick Boseman in the movie, and I am very excited for this figure. The package design is basically the same as Shuri, T'Chaka, Black Panther, etc. For the cover art, you got a side profile of Killmonger himself. Looks pretty nice. Again, thanks to the crew for bringing us this excellent figure. Good job, guys. Okay, not a whole lot of extra accessories, and everything is loaded onto one tray. What you see is what you got. The Michael B. Jordan head sculpt was hidden during initial pre-order. Thus, we don't know which one we'll be getting, as there are two looks from the movie. I have to say I'm quite pleased with the final product, as you can recognize it immediately, and those dreadlocks in the back looks amazing well. You also get another mask hat, a very nice cheetah hat with all the gold paints and trimming. Looks menacing. Okay, this was his costume during the prototype for pre-order. This is what we pre-ordered. And this is the final product. There's a noticeable difference on the gold trim, as they are now much thicker. I'll save my opinion on that for the summary. Other than that, this suit is actually very nice. Made from the normal superhero synthetic with nicely printed on leopard spots all over. These leopard spots are only noticeable in certain angle, and then they fade to black at other angles. Truly amazing. He even has those Wakanda fine prints all over. By the way, his collar and belt are made from plastic and are not removable. Again, a lot of amazing details on this suit. Well done, Hot Toys. Not a lot of accessories. Before I forgot, we have the standard Hot Toys hexagon base with the panda artwork and the title up front. There you go, Eric Killmonger. Okay, then we have his plastic weapons. On his spear, the details are crisp and painted nicely to show the metal and wooden handle. Then we have his very stylish sword, also nicely painted and some simple weathering. Nice one. On with the hand shapes. We have 4 pairs this time. I'm very impressed with the paint application. The shiny gold claws and the gold freckles on each one. So we have a pair of closed fists, then a pair to hold his weapons. Right there. Look at those gold nails. Very sharp, pointy, very bright. And those gold paint on the back. Then a pair of claws to fight with. Look at those nails. Be careful, those are quite pointy. And see the gold speckles on his glove and the paint. Very detailed. Amazing. And finally, we are supposed to have the relaxed palm. Also very nice details. In case you're wondering, they are not the same as the Black Panthers. They are newly sculpted. You can look at the knuckles. Different. And then, on the palm, the pads are different. So it's a newly sculpted pair of hands. Nice. Also, word of caution, when you remove the hand shapes, make sure you don't remove the wrist pack, because it will be a pain to get it back in. You know that I'm not a big fan of the backdrop, but I have to show you guys. So here it is. In terms of articulation, he is very similar to Black Panther, as both are essentially the same design. He also has the drop-down hip joint to increase his leg articulation range. You can tell he has a very big muscular body. Let's compare him to Black Panther. The most apparent is his torso. Look at his back. You can see the side is just bulging out right there. Also, his neck is much thicker. Okay, time to try to recreate one of his iconic pose. Whatever you do, try not to remove the wrist pad, as it is wrapped by the suit. Once removed, you have to stretch and force your way back in. Trust me, you don't want to do this. Let me pull down both hip joints for more range. The suit indeed bunch up, but you can try to smoothen the area. He also has the rubber muscle on his chest, so maybe some bounce back. Right there. So you have bigger chest muscle than Black Panther. And also be careful, because the suit, you don't want to scratch when you are posing it. Just be careful, make sure you don't scratch it or poke it. You also have the toe joints. So for the hip joint, just give it a solid pull or push to activate it. You can see, you can hear a pop. See, the range is much better now. Once you push back, it's back to normal. Okay, for this pose I don't need that much of a articulation range on the lower side. Let me attach the weapons. And also, he does not have a neck joint, so all the articulation need to be done with the head joint. So tilt his sword, push his back, tilt his head a little bit. So, how does it look? Do you think I pull it off? Well, I think it's okay. Here's another photo showing the size comparison between Killmonger and Black Panther. So he is much bigger, just like the movie. Originally, I did not plan to keep this figure, but after reviewing it, I was really impressed. I was so on that Michael B. Jordan head sculpt. Definitely tons of kit bash potential, even if you decide to use the mask head on the figure. The details on this suit is amazing, and I especially like the leopard spots. They change with the angle, so sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Very mesmerizing indeed. Articulation could be better if he has a neck joint or less restriction on the rubber muscle, but I find it a-okay. Now on to the elephant in the room. I do understand that the gold trims are to represent the kinetic charge of the suit, but most of the time in the movie, you don't have those gold lines. Now it's here forever. Another issue is if and when you pose him next to Black Panther, which I believe is everybody, they clash. Because without the UV light, the Black Panther suit is a simple black suit, and is quite a contrast to Liberace right here. So, I can understand why most people prefer the suit from the prototype. Having said all that, this is still an excellent figure. So until next unboxing, that's all folks.